David and Amrita had an equal number of marbles. After Amrita gave 50 marbles to David, he had 5 times as many marbles as her. Find the total number of marbles they had. What are we trying to find out in this problem?
The total.
The total number of marbles, right? And what's the information we have?
David had 5 times as many marbles as in Rita.
Okay, so we know that they started with the same amount, and then when they ended, David had 5 times as many marbles. Now, when we've talked about units, do you think we could probably take the information that we ended with? And let's see, David ended up with how many more? 5 times as many. And so Amrita, how many units will she represent? She'll represent 1 unit. And then David is 5 times as many, so how does that work? How does that work?
He has 5 because 5 times 1 is 5.
Okay, so we know 5 times 1 is 5, right? This is what they ended with. Now the question is, how many total marbles? Well, we know what they started with, right? What did they start with? They started with an equal amount. Is there a way to make these blocks equal right now? How can I make these blocks equal? Because we're kind of working backwards. We're starting at the back of the problem and we're working backwards because we know that David ended up with 5 times more than Amrita. And we know that they started with an equal amount. And Amrita gave David some of hers. So David, if we work backwards and give them back to Amrita, how many are we going to give back?
2.
So if I give back 2, do they have an equal amount now? How many did Amrita give David? 50. And we know if we move those 2 back, that both of these together equal, well, maybe. Let me try a different marker here. We know that both of them together equal a total of 50. So for 2 of them, we have 50. If 2 of them equal 50, how much does each one equal? Each one of these equals 25. And what do we have a total of?
The total would be 150.
Okay, but we have a total of how many units?
6 units.
6 units. So how did you get your answer 150 that you just told me?
Well, since I knew it was 25, I counted from 25 and up.
Okay, you can count 25 and up. This would be 25, 50, 150. Okay, you could count up, and what's another thing that you could do? Jessica?
You could, like, in the beginning, it started out as they had 3 that equaled 25 each. And if you put those 2 blocks, that would I can't pronounce the name, but
Amrita? So if I give Amrita the 2 blocks back,
then you can still remember that those 2 go up to David's, but you can know that 75 is David's and 75 is the other.
okay, so they each, you know that they each started with 75. So 75 plus 75 is 150. What's another way you could solve it? Samantha? Okay, 75 times 2. It's another way you could solve it. 25 times 6. Are all these ways going to give us the same answer? Yes. You choose the method that works for you. There's another way I think that you could solve it.
This is a question, but how is each one
one 25, not 10?
Okay, good question. She asked, how is each one of these 25? Well, we know that they start with an equal amount, right? So they started with that much. Because we know that in the end, he ended up with 5 times more, right? And Amarita, when she gave him that amount, you have to move 2 up to make 5 times, right? See, I had to, if I would have just moved 1 up, she would have 2 and he would have 4, which that won't work, would it? So you have to move 2 up. And the question, the word problem says that Amrita gave 50. So we know that these 2 equal 50.
But, like, it says gave him 50 marbles, so it could be that each one of those, of David's with the 5, it could be 10. It could be, yeah, that gave 50 marbles to David.
Okay, so let's do it this way.
Oh, I get it.
Okay.
They each had 3. Okay.
Yeah, they each started with 3 units. And so whatever she gives him has to equal 50. Does that make, you got it?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked that though. It's good to question things, guys, because questioning leads to understanding and learning. So